America's toughest mountain man, a legend of resilience, just lost everything.
Tom Oar tried to hide this from everyone, but after 13 seasons, the truth about what's really been happening behind the scenes just leaked out. America's toughest mountain man has been stripped of everything that made him a legend. His cabin, his show, his legacy, all gone. And the devastating reason why will leave you absolutely speechless. If you've been following the rugged world of mountain men since day one, you know Tom Oar isn't just another reality TV star, he's the real deal. But what you're about to discover will shatter everything you thought you knew about this legendary mountain man. For over 4 decades, this incredible 81-year-old has called the unforgiving Montana mountains his home, living completely off-grid with his devoted wife Nancy in a log cabin they built with their own bare hands. But recent developments suggest that everything Tom has worked for, everything he's built, might be slipping away faster than an avalanche on a steep mountainside. The wilderness community was absolutely stunned when the History Channel dropped a bombshell announcement that nobody saw coming. Season 14 of Mountain Men will mark Tom Oar's final appearance as a regular cast member, ending his remarkable 13-year journey as the last original member from the show's debut season in 2012. The History Channel confirmed on August 4th that this season will be Tom's last, leaving viewers both heartbroken and reflective as one of the most beloved figures of the survivalist community prepares to step back from the cameras. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly has Tom lost? Well, buckle up, because it's not just about leaving the show. We're talking about the end of an era, the conclusion of a legendary chapter that has inspired millions of people around the world to reconnect with nature and question their dependence on modern conveniences. Think about it. Tom has been sharing his incredible wilderness wisdom with us for over a decade. His departure means we're losing access to decades of survival knowledge, traditional craftsmanship, and that authentic mountain man spirit that simply can't be replicated. So what's really driving this monumental decision? The answer might surprise you, and it's more complex than you might imagine. Now in his 80s, Tom faces new challenges in the wilderness that he has never had to deal with before. As time catches up with him, he continues to fight to live wild and free in the mountains, but the physical demands are becoming increasingly difficult. Here's something that really tugs at your heartstrings. Tom and Nancy live in the same log cabin they built by hand more than 40 years ago, and have absolutely no intention of ever leaving. This isn't about giving up on their lifestyle. It's about recognizing the harsh reality that filming a demanding television show while maintaining their off-grid existence is becoming too much to handle. But there's another layer to this story that fans are speculating about. Could there be behind-the-scenes pressures that we don't know about? Is the production becoming too intrusive for someone who values privacy and solitude above everything else? These are questions that have been swirling around the mountain men community, and honestly, they deserve some serious consideration. The physical toll of living in such harsh conditions while being filmed can't be underestimated. Imagine having camera crews following you around while you're trying to survive sub-zero temperatures, hunt for food, and maintain your shelter. At 81 years old, that's an incredible burden that would challenge even the strongest individuals. Tom Oar's exit from Mountain Men isn't just the departure of a fan favorite, it feels like the closing of a chapter in American cultural history. For over a decade, he embodied something that has been slipping away in real life: true wilderness independence. No frills, no shortcuts, no safety net, just a man, his tools, and the land. That's why his absence raises uncomfortable questions. Are we watching the last generation of men and women who can truly live this way? Tom didn't just know survival skills. He lived them daily. From tanning hides the way it was done centuries ago to building from raw materials most of us wouldn't even recognize, he represented knowledge that cannot be Googled or manufactured on a weekend retreat. His entire life was a masterclass in self-reliance, and when he walks away, part of that living history goes with him. The producers will, of course, try to find a replacement, but the truth is, Tom can't be replaced. Authentic mountain men are not a type you can cast for television. They're the product of decades of experience, trial, failure, and a relentless commitment to a way of life most of society abandoned generations ago. Viewers can spot the difference between TV wilderness and the real thing, and Tom Oar was the real thing. What makes his departure even more poignant is the pressure he faced behind the scenes. Reality television, for all its promises of authenticity, demands compromises. Cameras buzzing while he worked, staged retakes, and the intrusion of modernity into a life carefully built to avoid it. These things clash deeply with the solitude and simplicity Tom sought in the Montana mountains. Add to that the creeping hand of bureaucracy with modern hunting, trapping, and land use laws slowly tightening the boundaries of traditional lifestyles, and you begin to see why Tom might feel the weight of change pressing in on him. For longtime fans, this isn't just about losing a favorite cast member. It's about losing a rare connection to something older, wilder, and more authentic than anything else on television today. Without Tom, the show risks becoming less a reflection of living history and more just another survival series. The question now is simple but unsettling. When the last true mountain men like Tom Orr fade from the screen and from the wilderness itself, what will we have left? Here's something that most people don't consider when thinking about Tom's situation. Maintaining an off-grid lifestyle while simultaneously participating in television production comes with a complex web of unique financial challenges that could potentially impact everything Tom has carefully built over the years. Living completely off-grid means relying entirely on your own skills, knowledge, and resources for absolutely everything: food production and preservation, shelter construction and maintenance, heating systems, tool creation and repair, and handling emergency situations that might arise in remote locations. But when you're also dealing with the intricate details of television contracts, various tax obligations, and navigating the often complex and unpredictable world of entertainment industry finances, things can become complicated very quickly. There's ongoing speculation among dedicated fans about whether Tom and Nancy have been able to adequately secure their financial future for the long term. Living off-grid certainly doesn't mean living without any expenses whatsoever. There are still property taxes that must be paid, occasional supply runs to acquire items that can't be produced on site, medical expenses that can arise unexpectedly, and the ongoing costs associated with maintaining and improving their remote property infrastructure. Could mounting financial pressures be contributing to Tom's ultimate decision to step away from the show? It's entirely possible that after 13 seasons of balancing these dual demands, he's reached a critical point where he needs to focus entirely and exclusively on securing his and Nancy's future without the additional pressures and demands that come with television production schedules and commitments. At 81 years old, living in one of the most challenging and unforgiving environments on Earth takes an incredible physical toll that simply can't be ignored or underestimated. While Tom has consistently appeared remarkably healthy, strong, and capable throughout his appearances on screen over the years, the harsh reality of aging in such a physically demanding and mentally taxing environment presents serious and growing concerns that extend far beyond what viewers might see. The Montana wilderness doesn't make any exceptions for advancing age. The brutal, bone-chilling, harsh winters, the relentless physical labor required for daily survival, and the constant, never-ending demands of survival living all require maintaining peak physical condition and mental sharpness. Every winter season becomes potentially more dangerous and threatening than the last. Every hunting expedition and foraging trip becomes increasingly more challenging and risky, and every passing day becomes more precious and valuable. Medical emergencies in remote wilderness areas, far from civilization and modern healthcare facilities, can quickly escalate into life-threatening situations that require immediate evacuation and professional medical intervention, something that becomes increasingly risky, complicated, and potentially dangerous as you advance in age. The nearest hospital facility could be several hours away under ideal conditions, and unpredictable weather conditions, seasonal road closures, or equipment failures might make rescue operations completely impossible or severely delayed. Despite the sadness surrounding Tom's departure, Season 14 promises to showcase Tom continuing to fight to live wild and free in the mountains, giving fans one last incredible look at his remarkable lifestyle. This final season is likely to be an emotional journey that documents Tom's daily survival activities and also his reflections on decades of wilderness living and the wisdom he wants to share with future generations. Expect to see some of Tom's most impressive skills on display: his legendary leather working techniques, his ability to create functional tools from raw materials, and his incredible knowledge of wildlife behavior and seasonal changes. But more than anything, this season will probably serve as Tom's love letter to the wilderness lifestyle and his message to viewers about the importance of self-reliance, respect for nature, and the courage to live life on your own terms. Tom's departure raises some serious questions about the future of authentic wilderness television. In an era of increasing digital connectivity and urban living, shows like Mountain Men serve as important reminders of traditional skills and alternative lifestyles. But finding genuine wilderness experts who are willing to share their lives on television is becoming increasingly difficult. Most people who choose the off-grid lifestyle do so specifically to avoid the spotlight and complications of modern media. The success of Mountain Men has inspired numerous copycat shows, but few have captured the authentic spirit that Tom brought to the screen. His departure might mark the beginning of a shift toward more sensationalized, less authentic wilderness programming. However, there's also hope that Tom's legacy will inspire a new generation of genuine wilderness enthusiasts to step forward and share their knowledge with the world. Tom Orr may have lost everything on screen, but his real legacy lives in all of us who learned from him. Here's what I need you to do. Comment below with one survival skill Tom taught you that you'll never forget. Let's flood these comments with Tom Orr wisdom and show the world that true mountain men never really disappear. Hit subscribe if Tom Orr changed your life. Let's honor the legend.